In today's episode, it's a selfish podcast. It's a podcast I recorded for you, but really for me, so that I can listen to it once a week, once a day, once a month, as a reminder of what it means to be a great leader. Reading the words smacked me in the gut, and I thank them that they did, because it lit a fire in me and I'm ready to go, and I wanted to share that fire with you. So without further ado, here's a very short, direct, to the point episode about what it means to be a great leader. Go forth, listen, implement, and crush your life. And here's the intro. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind of George Show. Today's going to be short, direct, and breathe some fire. These are not my words. These are the words of Andy Frisella, somebody who I highly respect as a businessman, as a human, and the principles and the thoughts that he puts into the world. And he did an incredible post on what it means to be a leader that rang true for me. I actually had tears when I read it, and it landed and it lit a fire in my belly. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to make it really easy. I'm going to make it so you can listen to it on repeat. You can set your phone, even though his voice is way better than mine, but maybe it works. But I want you to listen to it. I want you to heed it. I want you to listen to it as many times as required till you feel it in the fabric of your body, because this thing is riddled with lessons. It's riddled with guiding principles. It's riddled with the things that we get to utilize to achieve the success and the results that we want to be in this life. And so the title of his post is, "This is what it means to be a great leader." People have the wrong idea about leadership. Most people think that leadership is about, quote unquote, being the man, living in the big house with all the toys, getting the trophy for the job well done. But none of that shit has anything to do with leadership. Most people think leadership means you are above the people you lead. They think leadership is fun and exciting. They think it's about glory. And all of these points are why most people are shitty leaders. The truth about leadership is that it's fucking hard. And if you want to be great at it, you better get comfortable being unpopular and misunderstood most of the time. Leadership is putting the greater good ahead of the individual and ahead of yourself. It's making decisions that are not only difficult, but also unpopular at times. It's walking away from comfort and into difficulties purposefully. It's listening and acting selflessly. It's mastering the nuances and understanding that very few rules are written in stone. Leading is extremely lonely. It's learning to recognize and value actions over words and promises in yourself and in your team. It's letting your actions and results do the talking, knowing your words carry little to no weight. Great leadership is about getting your hands dirty first, not last. The leadership journey is cemented in solitude, reflection, and accountability to your own integrity. It's about recognizing when the team is hurting and knowing when to pull your team through it or step back and regroup. Being a great leader isn't a title one gives themselves. It's an earned title. And once you earn that title, you don't get to automatically keep it forever. It is earned daily. And the only way you can become a great leader forever is to die a great leader, which means if you want to be remembered as a great leader, as long as there is air in your lungs, there is work to be done. So why be a leader? Because the job has to be done and nobody else is going to do it. That rang true for me. It spoke straight to my soul, and it was a reminder back to July 29th of 2002, when I stepped on those yellow footprints at Parris Island, South Carolina, and I got a crash course in what leadership really was. In Somalia in 2004 and 2005, in Afghanistan in 2010 and 2011, where I was surrounded by some of the greatest leaders and people that I'd ever met in my life, while I was pretending what it meant to be a leader. This is a game of integrity. It's a game of self-integrity. And it's realizing and understanding and fully accepting and embodying that if it's up to be, it's truly up to me. And there's nobody else that's responsible. You can read all the books you want. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink, incredible book. You can read The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. You can read every single personal development book ever created, but they all have one simple thing in common. That if it's up to be, it's up to me. That leadership is a game of one, and it starts with us, leading ourselves and leading others, letting our actions and the results we create with them speak about our character, not the words that we choose to use. Getting our hands dirty, not being above everything, and realizing that we're a big part of the team and we're the ones that take the burden. Leadership is lonely. The reflection, the self-awareness, the self-integrity, but it's one of the most beautiful places to be. But only if we practice it, only if we flex it, and only if we use it. So my question for you is, where can you play? Where can you be a leader? Where can you dive in deeper? Where can you lead your team? Where can you reflect? Where can you take the choices that put the team ahead of everything else? That put the game and the results ahead of everything else? Where can you lead yourself? It's a question I ask myself daily. There's plenty of holes in my game. There's holes in my morning routine. There's holes in my fitness. There's holes in my mindset. But I think about them daily and I make a plan to mitigate them daily. And this is about progress over perfection. This is about putting the best foot forward intentionally, even when it doesn't feel like it's the right foot. And do I think I'm a great leader? No. I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of learning to do. And I am a student, and I am proud to be a student. Picking something up, putting it into practice, and learning again. But this is the game that we commit to playing. This is what entrepreneurship is. This is what business is. This is what life is, because it applies to every fabric of our life. It applies to our friendships. It applies to our relationships. It applies to our businesses. It applies to every single thing that we can touch. And the biggest secret is putting ourselves in the driver's seat in every single position possible to make sure that we are doing what it takes, because we can. And there's air in our lungs, which means it's our job to take it. And that's what I got for you today. So have an absolutely beautiful day, whatever day of the week it is. Remember that relationships will always beat algorithms, especially the most important one, which is yourself. I will either see you in the next episode or you will hear me in your earballs. But either way, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being a badass motherfucker. Have a great day. Here's the outro.